Hi guys, this is Valerie. Just wanted to start out by saying thank you so much for tuning into my last video. For everybody that watched it, I really appreciated it, and I appreciated everybody that reached out and told me what they appreciated about it and whatnot. So today I'm going to start talking about how everything started. Today is going to be called Chapter 1. It is about when I first found out about my mom having breast cancer and how all that craziness happened. So it was August 20, it was the middle of August, and my mother had me come over to her house with my boyfriend, and she told me that she had bad news that she needed to tell me in person. And so when we got there, she told us that she had stage 2 breast cancer, triple negative, and that there were plenty of operable options, even if that meant a mastectomy or a double mastectomy. And there were all these words being thrown around, like triple negative, hormonal versus non-hormonal, that was a little bit overwhelming. And I remember sitting there wondering if I should be crying, if I should be strong for her, because I wanted to give her what she needed, and I wanted to show her that I just wanted her to be okay. And my mind was just so, I couldn't wrap my mind around what was going on, that all I knew was that I wanted her to be okay. And so I remember thinking that I didn't want to cry, but after a while I couldn't help it, and the tears just came. And we had an okay night. Everything was still okay because we definitely had a bunch of hope. And so went home heavy, with a heavy heart, but I was confident that we were going to get through this. That night I cried. I cried a lot, but I still cried with this hope that I knew things were going to be better. And then on August 26th, I was getting my hair done, and my boyfriend calls me, or my mom calls me. It's all a blur. But they tell me that I need to come over again, that she needed to talk to me again. And that's when I knew that it was really bad. So when we went over there, her husband had bought a case of beers, and we were just, she didn't really have to say anything because I already knew what she was going to say. I knew she had hardly any time. I knew that it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. So again, when she told me the prognosis, I tried not to cry. But this time it was ridiculous. There was no way I could not cry. The doctors bumped her prognosis up to stage 4, triple negative, and they gave her 3 years. And when I heard 3 years, I heard there's hope, there's a chance, and we're going to figure this out. I know 3 years is not a lot, but somehow I knew deep down in my heart that we were going to find a cure, that she was going to be the one. I mean, she's my mom. You can't just come in and tell somebody that their mom has 3 years left to live. That's their mom, and so I just couldn't wrap my head around it. It's crazy because it was like, from then on, I started to live this double life in a way. It's like half of me knew that my mom was sick. The other half of me was in denial, and I didn't want to believe it. And somehow I felt like if I didn't process it, if I didn't actually think about it or give it the weight or time and attention, that it wouldn't be real. And so I was a little bit more distant than I guess I was a little bit more distant than I wish I would have been. I regret it a lot to this day. I wish that I'd had the gall to ask my mom and talk to her about those hard questions. Like, really get to know what her understanding was of the situation, what she really felt, what she really wanted from this situation. And I feel selfish that I didn't do that. I was in my own world. I was worried about losing my mom, and ridiculously as it sounds, I just thought that we were gonna get through this. And I almost felt like it was silly to make this big, huge deal about her having breast cancer, because we were gonna get through this. So the reason that I'm talking about this right now is what I want to pass on to someone that's in this situation that is thinking this, that you don't know what to do, you don't want to hurt your parents' feeling, you don't want them to think that you don't have hope, you're not sure if you should cry, you're not sure what to do. I wish I would have just asked. And so that's what I learned from this situation. Far too late. Was just ask those hard questions. It sounds a lot easier said than done, and thinking back, I've replayed over and over and over these situations and tried to figure out why I wasn't more involved, so to say, as I thought I should have been in retrospect. And I think it's just because I wanted to be strong. I didn't want my mom to think that I had admitted that she's sick. That maybe if I showed her how much I believe that she is going to get through this, that she would somehow fight, and her body would fight, and somehow all of this would just go away. And so out of fear, I didn't show the emotions that I should have, that she deserved to see, that she needed to see. And that's something that I live with every day. It's something that I use to fuel my desire to try to be there more for people, to lend a helping hand, to lend an ear, to do whatever someone else may need. And so if you ever find out that your parent has cancer, feel free to show them the emotions that you feel. Don't feel like you have to be strong for them, because they already feel like they have to be strong for you. Let them see how you really feel, and then ask them what they want. But allow yourself the time to let that out, and to show it, and to be true to yourself, and to be honest. You deserve it, and the person who you may be crying about deserves it. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and you guys have a great Happy New Year.